Welcome back from our hiatus, everybody.
Welcome back. It's been like 4 years.
Yeah, it's been a while. I have a wife and kids.
Yeah. I've surprisingly actually gotten younger. I'm back in elementary school. Yeah, it's been a little while. We've both just been just finished up with college / had a ton of finals. And also we've had like weird scheduling. Like Michael would ask me one day like, "Hey, can you record today?" And I'm just like, I can't. Like it's just so busy. And then like next week I'm like, "Hey, can you record today?" And he's like, "I'm really busy." So it was just like it was just a combination of
Well,
all that
I
stuff,
had
but
finals, and then I immediately had to move out of my apartment. Plus, I still had work and shit. But yeah. But now we're home, and this is the first time Tommy and I have seen each other face to face.
First times our lips have touched in a while.
It's been a little while. So we're home. You might hear my dogs panting in the background. Dog.
You might hear me sneezing and having an allergic reaction.
I was about to say Tommy's having an allergic reaction, but I almost said donkey's having an allergic reaction. So yeah, we're gonna talk about Mortal Kombat, a movie both of us saw like a couple weeks ago. So I don't know if we remember.
A movie both of us barely remember.
I watched it I watched it. I got a hotel room for my 21st birthday, and we watched it there with my girlfriend just like for fun. And so, well, it wasn't like I need to pay attention to this movie kind of deal. It was more of like hey, let's put something stupid shit on while we're
that was pretty much a very similar thing to what I had. I was hanging out with my friend, and we were just like, what the hell do we watch? And we were trying to figure out things, and like, do you want to watch the new Mortal Kombat movie? And it worked perfectly because we were just like, this is gonna be bad, and we don't need to pay attention.
You know what? There's more trailers for you to watch, Tommy. There's more news.
Okay.
Which I forgot about, but I won't have it. Well, we'll do it for next time. Tommy and I are also our next podcast. We're gonna. Man, my dog is slurping back there.
Oh, they can hear it.
I'm sure they can. Next podcast, we're actually gonna go to the movies for the first time. Well, I've been to the movies once, but both of us are gonna go to the movies together for the first time since what, like Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, I think the last time was Detective Pikachu. That was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad movie. But
yeah,
so we're gonna do that, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. But yeah. I don't even know if we can do the what have we been watching section, because I have not watched like a single.
I watched like a couple of things. I'm about to sneeze again. They're gonna get a lot of sneezes.
I'm leaving that in. That's good.
I watched this Demon Slayer movie that came out. I watched that with my friend. It was pretty good. I watched Shrek 2, which was great, and I loved it. And I watched Nightcrawler, which was, I know you really like it, but it wasn't like, I don't know, it wasn't like as good as I remember.
You're so fucking
Yeah. That was my sneeze.
That was?
Yeah, I like laughed and then it came out. This is gonna happen like during the entire podcast. It's gonna get really not funny really quick.
So yeah, have you now been? I guess I can't say really.
What?
I was gonna say since I've been home, I've been going to a lot of like the restaurants around here as like repayment, but I can't name their local. I will say this: our local ice cream shop went off the deep end while we were gone.
Which one?
You know the one. I texted about it in the group chat yesterday. No. It's got a thin blue line flag now. I sent a message about this yesterday.
What? Did you?
Yeah. Kershoosh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They went off the deep end? We were in this place where they have like a bunch of like kids stickers up for some reason. There's a bunch of stickers like on the ceiling. And this was like years ago when we were like 17. And there was this Lightning McQueen thing, and I was with our friend Brett, and I was like, what does he say again? He says like, "Kashoosh," and then he's like, "No, Tommy, that's Kashoosh." And then like I forget what happened, but everybody was like outside, and I took a step outside. I sat down at the table, and everybody turned to me and went, "Kashoosh."
You know, it's fine though, because the guy in there's a dick.
Did they go like Trump supporter kind of thing? Or?
I don't know. At least there's a Blue Lives Matter
Yeah.
thing, but that's all I know.
They will not be getting my
Mine.
business. That's too bad because they had actually really good. Like they had a chocolate peanut butter cup milkshake. Was really good.
But the guy in there was always rude. Do you remember? He would always like be like, "What do you want?"
Oh yeah, he was
like, "Yo, man, I don't know." Yeah. Plus, like all the terrible kids from high school and the kids who went to the private school go there or work there.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh well, there's better ice cream places anyway.
There's definitely better ice cream places. It also is not that hard to make a good milkshake.
Yeah, right.
They all taste pretty good.
But yeah, so and that's it. And now we're home. And still not much has changed.
It's like pretty much the end of COVID.
Yeah.
I guess. Like this is the first time we're like in a closed space without masks since I went over his place. Like when was this? This is like October. Yeah. It's like the beginning of October.
Mm-hmm. But you stayed for our weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah. Besides that, I haven't seen any of our friends without a mask or distancing or whatever.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Have you gone? Like I haven't. Every time I still wear masks in stores and stuff. I haven't.
I feel a little bit weird, like not wearing a mask.
Yeah, I've done it like one time because I've started like low key forgetting masks. Like I got into a place where like every time I left my house I had a mask. I never forgot one.
Mm-hmm.
But now that it's like kind of loosened up and places are like, you know, I've forgotten it like once and I walked in. I was like, this is so fucking weird. I feel like an asshole.
The weird thing about the place I'm working. I was telling Michael earlier, I started a job at like a restaurant. And nobody wears masks there. The employees, like nobody.
Is there like a sign on the door that says?
No.
You can
like people were asking like, do I need to wear a mask to go to the bathroom? Me not wearing a mask, like because nobody else there is wearing a mask. So it's like, and I'm fully vaccinated, so my family's fully vaccinated, so like it doesn't really matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody else is wearing masks. So.
No, my work's the same way. No one wears one in the kitchen, at least.
Yeah.
I think some of the people outside can not, or have to, but yeah, it's weird. I went to a bagel place up where my school is, and I was like, what was it? Like, the guy the cashier guy didn't have a mask, I was like, ugh, and then I was like, oh wait.
It's kind of fun.
It's like fine now.
Yeah, I forgot that like once you're vaccinated, like I remember like when everybody first got vaccinated, people were like going out and stuff. I'm like, what? That's so irresponsible. And I'm like, I guess it's not. Like, they should do whatever they want.
It's weird because like I'd see people from like this was back in like October, November, where I'd see people from our high school like out like at these massive parties on Snapchat or something.
Yeah.
Be like these fucking assholes or whatever, and they do it now. And first of all, I'm still too early to be doing that shit.
To do like gigantic, like
but like
a couple 100% gatherings.
Yeah, but now like I see people post on their Snapchat story with their friends, and I'm like, well, I guess you're not really really doing anything wrong. I guess.
Yeah, you're kind of just an asshole. Besides the
only thing that sucks is that like people who didn't get vaccinated and didn't want to wear a mask now get to not do either of those things.
Yeah, yesterday when I was like bussing tables, this lady was like, I'm not even vaccinated. Like she was like with her group of like 7 other friends, and she's like bragging about not being vaccinated, and I'm like, I want to cough in your face.
It's so annoying. Yeah, so there's actually like the theaters are fucking open around us again.
Yeah,
I went.
2 of them got a kaput near us. Yeah, no, kaput is.
Oh right, yeah, those 2. Yeah, I didn't.
Which is sad because those are the closest ones to us, but they are also the
worst ones.
The worst ones. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter.
I'll drive the extra 10 minutes to my old job.
Yeah, I'm happy. The one over there survived. Under there.
What was I gonna say? What was the last one? What was the last podcast we did?
Falcon. Captain Falcon.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
When the fuck was that?
That was like a month.
Did I talk about when I went to the movie theaters for the first time since then?
No.
Yeah, I went and saw a movie in theaters.
What movie?
I saw Nobody, which is a Bob Odenkirk movie.
Really?
Yeah. It was good. It was kind of like John Wick with a 40-year-old man. Was like the gimmick. I guess Keanu Reeves is also like 40 years old, but he doesn't look it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I've heard.
And I
that.
kind of don't understand. Like now that I've been to
That's the one
theater-
with Candace, right?
But now that I've like been to a theater, I was like, it kind of makes no sense that like theaters had to close, but like restaurants were allowed to be open. Because like
Yeah,
in a theater, you're like stacked up.
you could.
Like,
It's literally easier to
and
social
you're all
distance.
facing the same way, and it's easier to social distance because like most movies aren't going to be filled.
Wait, were movie theaters like required to close down?
Yeah, most of them like didn't open back up when they could even. Like the
Yeah.
one that I used to
I
work
didn't
at
know
around here, like that, they didn't open until like last month. Or they opened for like a month and then they closed back down. And none of the ones up in near me were open at all. But then you go to a restaurant and it's like you're all just sitting, like, you know, the tables are like distanced or whatever, but really you're like in everybody's cross stream.
Cross stream.
It makes no sense. Well, because like you're facing this way, this guy's facing this way,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
there's
I
this
guess
guy. You
you're
know,
right.
like it doesn't make any sense. Because I feel like it's
Did you go to any restaurants during the pandemic?
yeah, I took a few.
I think I must have went to like one or two. I didn't go to.
Yeah, I definitely didn't go to many.
I think if anything, I like got food and then went like somewhere.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. I must have went to at least one.
Yeah, well, I think most of I definitely ate out a lot, but I did not sit in a restaurant. Like I would
Yeah.
get takeout
Yeah, I got a
a
lot
lot
to take out.
more than I normally would, but like I didn't really go to a restaurant as much, I guess. Yeah.
I just felt like I was gonna get COVID.
Yeah. That's kind of a good feeling now. Like, do you remember like when
Now I don't really care. I just don't really care.
do you remember like when you'd get like you'd have like a sore throat, just like a random sore
And you're
throat
like,
or
this is
whatever.
it.
and
I'm
you're
gonna
like,
kill my
"Shit."
entire family.
Fuck, I got COVID. Now it's like that'll happen now, and I'm like, probably nothing.
Yeah, even if it is, I don't care.
Yeah, okay. We both got J&J right before it got.
Oh yeah, we are J&J boys. I forgot about that. I know a couple other people who got a J&J.
Yeah.
It's definitely the worst vaccine in terms of like side effects. I mean, having like 1 in a million people, but yeah, it's literally like the least common one,
Yeah.
which is why I'm so prideful about it.
But you know, 1 dose and I'm done.
Yep,
That was pretty lit.
I was out. Were you?
Mm-hmm. I had a fever and the chills.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think we
fine.
must have talked about this before.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no timeline of the podcast anymore because we took like
We took one
I don't
month
even
off
know
and my memories
what-
erased.
yeah. I have no idea what we've been fucking doing. I don't know. Do you want to talk about Mortal Kombat?
Not really, but let's go for it.
Let's talk about as much of it as we possibly fucking can.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So this is a movie about combating mortals.
Is it because they keep saying Mortal Kombat and they don't actually do Mortal Kombat? Like the whole plot of the movie is like, oh, there's a tournament called Mortal Kombat, and the tournament doesn't fucking happen.
Yeah. Okay. So like, here's my thing that I was thinking about. I was like, this movie or this like the idea of making Mortal Kombat into some kind of like presentable media.
Mm-hmm.
What-
Video game
Well, how do I like movie or TV? Like, what's the word for movie slash
adaptation.
adaptation? On-screen adaptation. I feel like would be really good as like a Netflix series because
Well, you could have like every episode that revolves around one round of the tournament.
exactly
pretty cool.
like that would be really fucking cool.
Yeah.
And I feel like you could get a lot more in, but like it isn't even about the tournament. And like I don't know if you remember, but there's this whole like 10 to 20 minute period where they're just talking about like training, and they're like, oh, you need to train more, like you're not fully trained yet. And then like the next day they get invaded, and then like that lasts like 1 day after like they begin training, they just like take on Lord
Yeah.
Raiden's like goons and win,
Yeah.
which is kind of whack.
No, it was, and the lead character was just like, I don't know. And what was his name? Joe
Cole.
Schmo?
Cole. What a lame name.
It was like I don't even think he's a Mortal Kombat character. I think he's like original for the movie, which makes me even more like Why? Like, why not have the main character be
like Scorpion
or Sonya or Kano or something? Because like Sonya had like the same kind of arc going on, whether it was like, or she like wasn't chosen for the tournament, but she was like still there the whole time.
Yeah.
And what was weird is like the guy kept being like, "You're not even chosen. You should leave," and then she just like kind of stuck around.
I'm good.
But yeah, I don't know. Like for the most part, this movie I was just like kind of shitting on it because it was like there were like two good cool things in the movie, and it was at the very beginning and at the very end. Both of them were when Scorpion and Sub-Zero fought each other.
Yeah, I
There's
agree.
some cool stuff there.
Sub-Zero was really cool.
Yeah, Kano was insanely fucking annoying.
I agree. It was just like he was like literally meant to be an archetype in the show of like the loudmouth, annoying
Australian. And the thing was like, I've seen people be like, "Oh, Kano's like the best casting in the movie. He's like the best part of the entire thing. Everything else makes me want to." It's like I fucking hated him.
I really didn't.
After like 3 minutes, I was like, I've had enough of Kano.
There were like just not many things in the movie I liked besides the beginning and the like Scorpion versus Sub-Zero. I just wish they did the tournament. That would have been so much cooler.
Because at least you would have been like, oh look, Kano fights.
And they did have like actual like fights, like 1v1 fights.
Yeah.
But like it wasn't the tournament, so I'm like, why do I care about this? This is just like a two clans being mad at each other and just like fighting. I don't know. It didn't really mean anything. Like it doesn't have to. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I don't even know what the plot like was. Like it was. I know it was like, oh, he's like Scorpion's like great. Oh, spoiler alert. Fuck it, we're not doing non-spoilers for this movie because like who cares? But
yeah,
he was like Scorpion's great grandson, and he had like the mark. And they all had like a special power they had to unlock, which I haven't played the Mortal Kombat game, so I don't know if that's like a big thing.
I also haven't played it.
But what I do know is like his power that he did unlock was fucking lame. Do you remember it? It was like he had like a shell.
Yeah, he like hardens or whatever.
Yeah. And like the other guy shot lasers at him.
It's like shock absorption, but he's able to like release it or something.
Yeah.
Which is like kind of cool, but definitely not as cool as like freezing everything.
Or laser eyes or.
What is Scorpion's thing? Is this just
fire?
Fire?
Yeah, probably fire.
Okay, that makes sense. I
did like when Scorpion said "Get over here." That was cool. Like I know like some of the stuff about Mortal Kombat. Like when a character showed up, I knew that it was a character from the video game. Like Jax. Yeah. I knew that he existed in the video game.
I didn't know many of the characters. I knew who Scorpion and Sub-Zero were. And I'd heard of Johnny Cage.
What?
Have you heard of Johnny Cage?
Oh yeah, Johnny Cage was like the end credits scene.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was getting up to let my dog out.
So it was you.
Oh, it was me. Yeah. Yeah, which was dumb. Like I don't fucking know. Like I could take the whole movie being like Scorpion's the main character, and it's like the whole movie is him like constantly running into Sub-Zero, and they have this rivalry thing going on where they keep running into each other, and there's just like a bunch of fights between them.
Or like a tournament.
Yeah, honestly. Well, you know what else is stupid? Like
what's that?
It happened like 2 or 3 times in the movie. Like they quoted the video game. Like I remember Kano fights.
Yeah, this guy just said fatality.
Yeah, which like. I get it. It's from the video game, but it makes no. And Kano at one point he's like, "Kano wins." I was like, "Huh? Why would
it's
you?"
It's very like weird thing.
Like if you're gonna do those references, do the fucking tournament and then have the announcer guy like saying that shit. That would make actual sense for him to be like fatality.
Yeah,
I guess like the more we talk about it, we both have like.
It's just stupid.
Just do the tournament.
Yeah, do the fucking tournament.
It felt like it was just set up.
Maybe, like, I know they teased Johnny Cage at the end, which, by the way, was a really, like, stupid tease.
Because who wants to see Johnny Cage?
It was, like, very similar to, like, the tease at the end of The Invitation. That is, like, my my like example of like when like things like they do things at like literally the very end of movies to be like, oh, this might happen in the future,
in the sequel,
or like this is what's been going on. Like they add like this little like thing, like this image or whatever that makes it like that gives you like a new perspective on the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And The Invitation, which is a movie that solely focuses on like a single family.
Yeah.
And like there's this like there's like this two people that have like they like went to a cult or whatever. I don't even know. I don't remember. It was a bad movie. And like at the end of like there's something with like a lantern.
Yeah,
and
like the other houses.
Yeah, like
I've seen this movie.
The lantern means like you are a cult member and you're gonna kill everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then like for some reason at the end, like he like turns on the lantern and then you see that like everybody else has their lantern on too.
Yeah.
Which is like I don't care because we've literally only been focusing on this one family. Like, what is it? I don't care what this means. Like, see, he agrees. And it was just similar to that, where it's like we have not been talking about Johnny. Like, I don't understand, like he's a big character, but like I don't
care about Johnny Cage. Really,
if this was a cool thing, then you would have like actually put him in the
yeah,
put him in the actual movie.
Right.
Like that would have been 10 times better than
who else was in this?
Showing a poster that says Johnny Cage.
There was Jax, there was Sub-Zero, there was Scorpion, there was
Sonya Blade.
And
then there was the hat guy.
Raiden. And the hat guy. The hat guy is someone else.
The hat guy died.
Yeah, it did. Which sucked, because I actually kind of liked him.
He had a pretty cool power. Well, it was kind of lame, but the way he used it was cool.
Yeah. And then there was Raiden, who I don't understand why he was really there.
He just, like, eats people by sucking their souls?
No, that's the villain.
Who is that? Oh, Raiden's the lightning dude?
Yeah.
And who's the soul eater, the green guy?
Oh, God, I don't fucking know.
Wait, remember, like, at the end, after Sub-Zero died, and then that guy came in, and we're like, oh, we're in for another good fight, and then, like, he just teleports him?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, okay.
I think the biggest problem with this movie is it, like, thinks it's getting a sequel without having any reason to have one.
I agree. It focuses way too hard on, like...
setting up for, like, the next...
I guess what they tried to do is, like, oh, we're gonna get a sequel, so, the tournament will be next time.
Yeah, which is, like, why? This is the... Like, if, like, that's like being, like, oh, we're making a Pokemon movie, but we're not going to do any Pokemon battles until the next movie because we're assuming we're just going to get a sequel. Like, I don't know. Maybe if this was a bigger, like if this was like the Legend of Zelda movie and they wanted to save some big Zelda related thing for the sequel, I'd forgive it because it's like a giant franchise. But like Mortal Kombat, like I feel like that has a pretty, it's not a small fan base, but like smaller than like most big video games.
And like everybody knows like Bear, like I only knew who Sub-Zero and Scorpion were.
Yeah.
And I've seen the game and know fatality thing.
Yeah.
But like that's probably what most other casual people
It would be like making like a Mario movie and like at the end of the movie they're like, next time Luigi. Like, like
exactly. Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Like I don't care, just show me Luigi.
So yeah, I guess that's kind of the dumb thing about that this movie. And I
was
guess,
it funny at all? I'm trying to remember. I don't think there were
I think it was accidentally funny a couple times.
Yeah.
I do think Kano being a big Australian guy added something, like a pulse maybe to the movie, because like the main character he was
like a loaf of bread.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, in terms of video game movies, it's better than a lot of them. Weirdly,
I mean, the bar is pretty low.
Yeah, I think the best ones I've seen are like Detective Pikachu and Sonic, which is not saying that much.
Dude, both are like very like
they're good kid movies.
They're like yeah, and I watched them like I enjoyed this, but it's not great. There's got to be some better. I bet there's one like
I don't even know what other ones I've seen. I'm gonna look up a list of video game movies.
All right, I'll look up a list on Letterboxd.
Did you see there was like a still from the Uncharted movie that's being made?
There's an Uncharted movie?
Yeah. And apparently it's like I saw the still and it was just like Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, I get. Well,
And
you could argue Scott Pilgrim.
yeah, but that was not based on a video game. It's based on a comic book.
I guess you're right. Oh, yeah.
Okay, 45 video game movies ranked worst to best. There's like the Angry Birds movie and shit, but I'm not really counting that. Okay, Mortal Kombat. Yeah, well, okay, these are all like dumb. Pokemon the first movie, but again, that's more so based on the anime than anything else. Oh, there was Warcraft. Remember that? That came out a couple years ago.
No, I didn't see it.
It was a World of Warcraft movie.
I've never played it.
There was all the Resident Evil movies.
I don't know anything.
The Angry Birds movies.
What's number one?
There's I'm looking. Tomb Raider 2018. Did you see that one? Because I did not.
I 100% did not.
I've heard that one's okay. I think that's getting a sequel. Mortal Kombat, then Sonic, Detective Pikachu, Angry Birds. Angry Birds 2 is the highest rated video game movie on Rotten Tomatoes.
And yeah, so you said Sonic and Detective Pikachu, and I'm like, this got to be better, but they are
literally the second and third on the list.
Behind Angry Birds 2. And I bet Angry Birds 2 is probably not bad.
Yeah.
I bet there's some like good writing in there, but that is sad.
Yeah.
There's really not much competition, and the sad thing is that like it seems like somebody could get it right. Oh, you know what? I've heard The Witcher was good.
The show.
Yeah.
I
don't know if it's actually.
I've also
based
heard
on the game,
Witcher,
but...
like purists though say like, I hate this because it's not like the video game.
Oh.
So like, I don't know. You know what we should do?
What's
maybe
that?
for E3 we should do we'll do like a news recap and then we'll watch some other video game movie.
Oh, that'd be fun. That would be really fun.
Like Tomb Raider or something.
Yeah.
When is E3? July?
I think it's in June. It's like
all I want is fucking Lego Skywalker Saga. I really don't. I don't care about anything else.
I want them to say it's available now, and then I'm gonna cry.
Literally though. But yeah, I don't know. Not much else to say on this movie. I mean, we're only at 27 minutes.
We're 27 minutes in.
We have like literally nothing else to say on this fucking movie, but like.
We've said this 8 times, but there really should have been a
tournament. That's it.
It would have been so much more interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess that's it. We'll find some.
Oh wait, I heard there was like some. I was on like my newsfeed or whatever, and I saw something about like Sonic announcement thing. So maybe there's another movie. They already announced.
They announced Sonic 2. That's filming.
So maybe that they're gonna announce like the release date.
Yeah, I think they're gonna announce. There's a Sonic Direct happening. I think today, and I'm fairly certain that's just gonna be another Sonic game and maybe the Sonic release date for the movie. And people like Shadow the Hedgehog 2 is trending because people are like saying that like they're gonna announce that game, which would be pretty fucking funny if they did. Because I still think one of the funniest things to happen in the entire gaming industry is that there's a Shadow the Hedgehog video game where he has a machine gun on the cover.
Yeah, I actually remember that when I was a kid. I remember wanting the game, like when I was like 6 or 7. And my mom was like, "There's a gun on this. That's a hedgehog."
Was it rated M?
Was it?
I don't know.
That would be hilarious.
Shadow the He.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
It was.
Did you have a video game?
Yeah. It was rated. No. ESRB. Here it is. Okay, so it was
E10.
E10 plus. Holy shit!
Wow. If you're under 10, you cannot have that.
You cannot play Shadow the Hedgehog.
Damn.
Yeah. Moving on, I guess. Bad.
Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's a stupid movie. But it's not the worst thing ever. It's just like, man, do I not remember this at all?
Yeah, I don't. It was very forgetful. It was very much like, why aren't they just doing this?
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't really funny. And it was kind of boring. And there's just a lot of like major things, like how I already got into this, but like training just started for them, and it was like emphasized that they really needed to train. But then like the very next day was like they just took on
Mm-hmm.
the bad guys team and just won. Like nobody even died. I don't think.
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah. We'll do what are you've been watching the thing because I guess we haven't recorded in a while, so I do have a couple.
Okay, I was besides the things I said I've been watching. I started watching Arrested Development in my family.
Mm-hmm.
You ever seen that?
No.
Pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
I watched the same weekend I watched this. I watched The Mitchells versus the Machines.
How was it?
I didn't like it. Okay, so here's the thing, right?
Was it made by the same people that
made
did
Spider-Verse?
This was like their follow-up movie to Spider-Verse?
Yeah, kinda. So like, I expected it to be really good because it had like the rating on Letterboxd is insanely high.
What
it's
is
4.0.
Wow.
So and like I love Spider-Verse. I love the Lego Movie. I love like all the movies that those people make. So.
Oh, they also did the Lego movie?
Yeah, well, not the directors, but the producers made the Lego Movie.
Got it.
And they made, like, all that shit. So, I was like, this is going to be probably pretty good. And I guess I'm the one person who thinks it's not. And I wish you would watch it, because I feel like you would agree with me a lot.
Maybe.
It's a lot of, like, very early internet humor. Like, you know, random humor, cats, and, like, shit like that. And it's just... I don't know. It was very hard to like laugh at the jokes or anything because I was like, this feels like it was supposed to be made a decade ago. Because it was literally like, it was so stereotypical. The dad being like, "You're not gonna make any money off of this random YouTube videos you're making." God bless you.
Thank you.
And her being like, "No, Dad, this is what I want to do." But in reality, they're just like shitty ass fucking YouTube videos that are like trying to emulate the ASTF movies, but they're not good at it. And it was very. It's
on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
It was just like it was so like, it felt like internet humor where the people are like, "I gotta blog my food," and there's a part in the movie. This is a small spoiler. But, like, there's, like, a little brother in the movie. And, like, at one point they go into, like, some, like, place. And the dad's like, "This looks like an album cover." And the younger brother's like, "What's an album?" And I was like, an album. Not even, like, what's a record. Or, like, what's a CD or anything like that.
Like, albums very much, like...
still get made.
Yeah.
They're still a thing. It's just a collection of songs.
Mm-hmm.
It was... But, and there's a couple other things like that, like, what's on VHS, or, like, whatever, which is fine, but, like, that's one really was just, like, are you fucking kidding me, an album?
That's, like, what is that? There's, like, some kind of news strip, like, comic strip that makes those jokes. I don't know what it is.
Oh, is it, like, the one that's, like, the two old people, or whatever?
I don't know.
Because I always see that one that's like...
It's boomer humor.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But it's also supposed to be like Gen Z humor, but it's not. It's more like millennial humor of them being like, "Oh, all people want to do is do duck face and blog their food," and it's like,
that was
one fucking...
Oh, you don't want to be like, "That's so 10 years ago." But like,
it literally is.
It is, like...
That would be like me being like, in 10 years, I'm going to be like, "Oh, kids these days, all I care about is Among Us."
Literally.
You know? Maybe that's how we'll be. Can you imagine walking into your kitchen and be like, "What are you playing, son? Fortnite?"
You know what's wild? We're 30. Like,
yeah, we're closer to 30 than we are to like
9.
Yeah.
We're closer to 30 than we are to 10.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That is weird. Yeah, we're both of drinking age now.
Yeah, we both have a liter of vodka. It's the only way we can record.
And then, okay, so yeah, on Star Wars Day, I had a lovely May the 4th this year, where I built my Lego X-Wing.
Oh, that was the one I saw in there?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched Star Wars. Thoughts haven't changed. It's a good movie. It's an old
Just
movie.
The original?
Yeah.
What'd you give it?
4.5. I like it.
Cool.
I like that movie. Then I went and saw Nobody, I mentioned earlier, which is just a fun little movie.
Star rating?
3.5.
Okay.
Probably more like a 3, but I gave it a 3.5 just because like maybe I was a little high on being in the movie theater for the first time. Which, by the way, I did. I went with the purpose of being like, I want to make this like a true theater experience. So I got popcorn, I got an icy, and I got candy.
What kind of candy and what icy?
I believe we had Swedish Fish.
That's a good choice.
Red icy.
Okay.
And
I think blue icy is a little bit better, but they're both good.
I prefer red, but I did get a blue icy when I went bowling a week later.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
they both slap.
They do. So
my only issue with icy is that you have to like drink it immediately, or else
it gets like you're just drinking like fruit, like not even fruit, just like a melted popsicle.
Yeah, it gets that weird kind of consistency. It still tastes good, but it's like, but then all like the water like goes to the bottom, and it's like and it's just like very sugary. So you got to drink it immediately, or else it just.
Yeah, I rewatched Kingsman. That was just kind of on TV when I watched it, and that's a good movie. I like it. And I finished my Harry Potter rewatch, which I started a couple weeks ago. And yeah, you're bugging about Deathly Hallows Part 1, by the way. You say it's boring, but like there's literally so much shit that happens in that movie.
I told you
insane.
My only issue is that like the whole last movie was set up. They're like, okay, we're about to hunt for the Horcruxes, and they don't even find one. They realize, oh god, this one that we did have is the wrong one, and then they find the real one and then destroy the real one. So it's just like it's like minus +1.
Yeah, but they're learning so much information throughout.
Like what?
They learn about the hollows.
Ron has a temper tantrum.
They learn about the hollows.
Okay, that was cool.
Yeah, they go to Godric's Hollow.
Yeah.
There's the Ministry heist. They get kidnapped. They go to Malfoy Manor, and they find Griphook, and they find.
When did they go to Malfoy Manor?
They get kidnapped.
By who?
By what are they called? Like Snatchers. Remember? So they go to
Death Eaters, kind of.
Yeah, sort of. Like they sell them to Voldemort, and then they're like, remember Hermione like fucks up Harry's face so he looks different, and then Draco. They keep asking if it's Harry, and Draco lies and says it's not.
Yeah.
Him. That whole shit happens. So you're getting a lot of character development. Maybe not plot development, but there is still a lot of plot development.
Okay, maybe I'll rewatch it. I don't think it's the best Harry Potter movie. Maybe it's better than like the first one.
As long as it's better than Order of the Phoenix, that's all I need.
Okay, I'll check it out again. It'll probably be a while till I watch it again.
Oh yeah, no, you can't do it. I also read all the Percy Jackson books.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is Lightning Thief, where he steals a bolt of lightning.
Well, he doesn't steal it; his frames are stealing it.
Zeus's lightning.
Mm-hmm.
How does that? I read the books too when I was 10.
Very young, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't really remember.
They're like, they're good. Like they're not,
Which one's the best one?
The fourth one. Fourth one's lit.
Which one's that? The Labyrinth?
Battle of the Labyrinth. Yeah, where they go into Daedalus's like labyrinth, and they're trying to find and they're trying to stop like people from using the labyrinth to get into the camp. It's cool.
So what are they all in order? What are the books in order?
It's Lightning Thief, then Sea of Monsters, and then the Titan's Curse, and then Battle of the Labyrinth, and The Last Olympian. So I think there's like some cool. First of all, Greek mythology is cool as it is.
Yeah,
but like, I think I'm excited for the show that they're making about Percy Jackson.
When do you know when it's coming out? It's
they're
Disney
casting,
Plus, right?
Yeah, they're casting for Percy right now.
Oh, so it's gonna be a while.
Yeah, probably because I think the creator really wants to like do it justice this time.
Is Rick Riordan like?
Yeah, he's
a big part of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like he's hands on with the casting and the writing and everything. Which is really cool because I think there's like so much cool fucking shit in those books that would be really cool. Like one thing about Harry Potter is like the action. It's not really action, they're just kind of flinging lights.
They flick wand, yeah. I agree.
And I don't think that's bad either. That's the nature of the series, which is fine. But there's only one cool like wizard duel in the whole 8 movies between Dumbledore and Voldemort in Order of the Phoenix.
Oh,
which is a really cool fight.
Really cool.
But Percy Jackson, there's like a ton of cool action shit that'd be really cool to see in a similar kind of series. Like there's a whole
There's
part.
a lot of really cool mythology.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I mean. Like
besides
the whole
Greek
the plot of the third book is like there's a point where Percy has to hold up the sky because Atlas like escapes, which is like it's just so cool to have your main character
like do all the
things that other Greek, and he does he like bathes in this river of the.
I remember the final.
Styx River.
I remember what happens at the end of the last book, which I don't want to spoil. Well, like I don't really remember how it got there, but I just remember like he gets like an offer.
Yeah, and it's fucking dope too. Like there's the character. Do you remember Nico from the books? He's the son of Hades.
He dies, right?
No.
Oh.
His sister does.
Oh.
Spoiler for Percy Jackson.
No, that makes sense. I'm pretty sure.
But he does this. He's like 11 years old when Percy's like 15 or 16, and he does like shit that's way cooler than anything Percy's able to do at that point because he's like been off like doing his own thing, and it's really cool because it's like like all the sons and daughters of Hades are like shunned, and like no one pays any attention to them. There's just really cool stuff about that, and his powers are dope as shit. And I'd love to see like in a movie stuff like him raising armies of undead soldiers and shit.
So like, what is Percy's exact title again? He's the son of like, he's like a half. Is it?
He's a half-blood.
Half-blood.
He's the son of Poseidon. And the whole plot is that like the three major gods swore that they would never have children again to prevent like a prophecy from coming true. But they're all so horny that all three of them broke it. But yeah, it's cool, and I really hope the Disney Plus series is cool because I think that would be like I don't know. I feel like it's about time for a new like youth franchise like that.
Yeah, well, this isn't exactly new, but I agree. Like, there's in terms of like on-screen stuff.
Yeah, for like general audiences, I'm saying because most people aren't reading books; they're doing whatever.
Like listening to podcasts.
Yeah, most kids are listening to SSMP nowadays. They don't want to read Percy Jackson. So yeah, that's cool. And then I watched Zack Snyder's Justice League the other day because my mom hadn't seen it yet.
I was thinking about it. I was thinking about watching it.
I'd be curious. I'm curious, but I'm also, you're probably not gonna like it because it's 4 hours long.
That's my biggest thing holding me back.
The good thing about the movies is it's split into parts. So there's 6 parts and then an epilogue. So if you wanted to do it like
watch a
mini
couple
series,
parts at a time,
you could do that.
Okay.
So that's kind of how my mom and I watched it. We watched the first half one day and then the next half the second day and kind of pretended it was 2 movies.
So is it a lot of like the same stuff as the original Justice League, or is it like literally like so much new stuff in the movie?
It's interesting because it's like more similar and less similar than you would expect at the same time. Like the whole second half of the movie is pretty much completely different. The first half, I think a lot of it was kept into the original because it was just like setup of like, here's Batman meeting the Flash, here's Batman meeting Aquaman, here's but even that stuff is improved like 10 times. And I think this might be a symptom of the movie, but like if you've seen the original, you will like this movie more because you just see how drastically better it is in like literally every way. That being said, like it's not flawless, it's not amazing because it is 4 hours long and doesn't need to be. And I'm not going to spoil too much, but there is like the Joker is in it at one point, and it's so bad. Like Jared Leto plays the Joker, and it's just no good. But I don't know. I really.
Is he was the last Joker, right?
Well, Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh yeah, my bad. I was like, I'm forgetting somebody.
Yeah.
But Joaquin, he's probably not gonna.
Joaquin's probably not coming. There's like talks of a Joker too, but like I don't think Joaquin wants to do it. Like I think this was one where he was like, I really like the script or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
He seems like a little bit of a. I actually know nothing about Joaquin. Seems a little. I don't know. He seems interesting.
Yeah, he's like a very like I think he's a method actor. Like he gets very into his roles.
Yeah, that seems about right.
But yeah, so that's all I've been watching. Basically, I've been reading. I've for the first time in my life, I've been mostly not watching movies. I've been watching shows, reading books, reading comic books.
What shows?
Well, I finished Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I've been watching The Bad Batch, which is...
Gotta watch Korra at some point.
That's next. I was gonna start that today, and then you came over instead.
Yeah, I ruined it.
Oh, you believe it or not, I'm not that heartbroken. I have to wait another couple.
First
days.
season is actually not that bad. I think you'll enjoy it.
No, I'm sure I will. Because I enjoy like.
You can tell that there's a little bit of a similar energy in the first season to Last Airbender. Mm-hmm. But then it's just like by the end of the season you're like,
it's not Airbender.
It's not.
Yeah.
Which is like its own thing, which is cool, but like.
Yeah, I mean we'll do our Korra episode.
Yeah.
Also, we go. You know what, podcast listeners, if you're still here, or if our Mortal Kombat conversation bored you into a coma, now's the time to wake up, because we're gonna do a lot now. We're actually getting into like movies. I think kind of what I've noticed about doing the podcast is like it's more fun to talk about movies that are
bad. Well, not bad, but like
not even
make fun of.
Yeah, but not even bad. Like I think it's more fun to talk about like bigger movies.
Oh, that's fair.
You know,
I think we had the most fun. I don't know if you feel the same. I had the most fun with Harry Potter.
Oh, me too.
That was just.
I also had a lot of fun with our Muppets episode. I had a lot of fun with our like WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier episodes. Like I think it's more fun to talk about things that we're either really interested in. Because I think neither of us are movie people where we're like, oh, this one is such like, divine use of mise en scène or anything like that. Like we both like movies that we like.
And I think what'll be good is that like I think with Mortal Kombat it's a little bit hard to like have a good conversation because
we don't care about Mortal Kombat.
One, we don't care, and two, like that's the type of movie where you're gonna have a good time if you're like watching with somebody and you're like making fun of it.
Godzilla vs. Kong was also a very fun one.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like if we watched Mortal Kombat together, it would have been really fun to talk about.
Yeah.
So maybe we could do that. Maybe we could find some time to just like actually watch the movies together and see how that works.
Yeah, for sure.
Netflix party or something.
And like I said, I think we'll probably do some more stuff down the line that's like either stuff that's we can talk a lot about or stuff that we can kind of make fun of at the same time. Because we're able, even though, I know you weren't as big on Falcon and the Winter Soldier as I was, but both of us were able to make fun of aspects of the show.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot. That, like, even though I enjoyed most of those aspects, it's more fun when... It's very hard to do a movie like, what did we do? Portrait of a Lady on Fire. And we're like...
Yeah, that might be... I don't remember. I just was like, it wasn't... I just said it was, like, underwhelming. You're like, I really liked it. And that was pretty much the whole conversation.
Yeah, so I think we'll do probably more and more dumb shit. And there's a lot of... Now that movies are coming out again, we'll do, we'll do A Quiet Place 2, and, like, we'll do Black Widow when that comes out, and we'll do The Loki Show, and we'll do Suicide Squad, and stuff that's, like...
Yeah, so that'll be fun to talk about.
Fun to see and fun to talk about.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll go see a bad movie together. I guarantee you that fucking 101 Dalmatians movie that's coming out is going to be shit, but it would probably be really fun to talk about on the podcast. So... Yeah, I think...
We got some ideas. We can also... there's a lot of stuff going on. Like we said, E3 is coming out, or going on soon. There's a lot of movies that you just talked about. And also we... one of the things that we have a couple of things like on the back burner. Like we were thinking about doing the Marvel movies.
Yep.
We have... I'm currently re-listening through all the podcasts for possibly some... exciting little content that we could put on our YouTube channel. I already have a couple ideas that I'll talk to Michael about after. But yeah, I think we just both like one we had like just a lot of scheduling stuff go on, but two, it was also good to get a break because we recorded for like 30 weeks straight, right?
Yeah,
which was a lot for
and it was hard to find time to watch everything and. Now that it's summer, we're just working, so every time we're out of work, we have time to do stuff that's not. Yeah,
besides, besides, 1 or 2 weeks, we recorded for, I think we missed, 1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Throughout all of that, besides, this past month. So,
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna announce it right now, Tommy.
Wow, here we go.
Our next series, similar to Harry Potter, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It's coming to you. We're doing Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Is that the next series?
All four movies. Might only be a 2-part thing or a 1-part thing. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for listening, everybody. This is kind of we've been stretching for time. Our total Mortal Kombat discussion.
As you can tell, our 10-minute Mortal Kombat discussion.
Yeah, it was kind of undercooked, but
yeah,
we'll be back, and we're bye.